how's everyone doing?
Doing okay.
Have you had a chance to read like the brief, well, semi-brief blurb I put in the new channel?
A little bit.
A little bit. Well, that's better than none of it. So at least I don't have to act all like disappointed in you. I'm guessing I might have to act disappointed in Velrus though. Hey Velrus, how much of the blurb I put in Blades have you read?
Pretty much what you wrote down. I didn't click any of the PDFs.
Oh, well, actually, that means I get to be more proud in you. I do that. I am in with this. Excellent, wonderful. But in any case,
I read that this morning when I woke up, so how much of it I remember, I have no idea.
do you at least remember being the fact that you're going to be in like a haunted Victorian era city trapped inside a wall of lightning powered by demon blood?
In a sense, but not that accurately.
But yes, it's basically a sort of Victorian fantasy noir, I guess, and y'all are all playing scoundrels that are out to climb the criminal ladder and most importantly make lots of coin.
By any means necessary.
I have a game join link that is above the map I put in the Discord, but below the first PDF. So far, I believe Anna is the only one that's clicked on that one. But that's fine. I believe I currently have the landing page set to this default planning table. If y'all end up really enjoying this game, I'll see about putting some effort into making a proper homemade planning table for this. It's quite the popular thing to do for Blades games. But this was like one of the default things in a package I bought on the marketplace.
Nice.
You all right there?
Yep.
Any of y'all working overtime?
Nope. just tired.
Well, you're still probably better off than my stepdad is currently. He's working 7 days a week.
Ouch.
Yep. All because of the strike.
Oh, that's not great.
Where is Nick?
I don't know, being lazy, presumably. I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah,
Hey,
probably.
Steph, have you poisoned him today?
It's not worth trying.
There's always tomorrow.
Oh, well. Fair enough. So, Steph, how you been doing?
I've been doing all right. Just been busy with trying to plan stuff with my friend Chad for a podcast, so I'm kind of drained.
Aw.
But I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. I'm going to try to be here. How have you been, Andrew?
Yeah, all right. I'm having to go to work early and earlier if I want to actually go to work, so it's not great, but yeah. I did get a pay raise recently, so there's that.
Nice.
That's at least good.
It's at least it's like what, $2 an hour extra, but hey, that adds up. A little more wiggle room at the grocery store.
Yeah. Nick hasn't been feeling good, so he's probably in the bathroom right now. He tried to get up earlier.
Oof.
Yeah. I'm
I've been
sorry.
feeling like extremely exhausted for no reason.
Well, the great thing about Blades is that it's fairly intuitive and like roll as you go. You don't have to weigh yourselves down and overthinking things. You basically jump whenever possible right into the action of a heist or an operation or whatever it is you're trying to do. Plan, there's an engagement roll that basically sums up all your advantages against all the disadvantages, and that basically starts you off as to how well things are going or how bad things are going. Any additional planning that needs to be made can be made in ultra cool, like heist movie style flashbacks, where you say, but I planned for this. Tell me what you did, spend a certain amount of stress, which is a thing all your characters have, and make a roll. And potentially get to do cool things. Like having just a handy dandy getaway wagon waiting for you right outside the back exit. Or perhaps a
Nice.
mob just assembles in the streets because you paid them to at a certain time to block any pursuit from the bluecoats. The bluecoats being the coppers in this.
Okay. Sorry, I'm also
So,
reading the blurb.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So basically, it means you spend a lot less time bogged down in planning and making sure everything goes right, and it's instead all summarized in the engagement role. And you can do flashbacks whenever you either think of something cool or really have a need for it. Which bonus points for Nick, who's not here yet, means not having to worry about too much investigation. Also, it's not a D10 system, so he should be happy with that. Additionally, if y'all end up loving the system but not necessarily the setting, there are a number of hacks, or basically separate like settings and books that are based around the same rules. I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of them.
So it's versatile.
Yeah, it's a very versatile system. I mean, like this system was obviously tailored towards. I mean, this particular version of the system is obviously tailored towards like scoundrels and thieves and murderers and whatever other kind of detestable criminals you might end up choosing to be.
Mhm.
But there's other things like Band of Blades, which I believe is like your small military or mercenary company in a medieval fantasy setting trying to win a war with very limited resources.
There's the Xeno.
Sorry, I was getting food together and stuff.
Hey, you're forgiven. Steph tells us you're not feeling well.
No, I woke up and got up and around about 10 minutes before.
Well, don't you worry. What we're doing today is probably fairly straightforward and easy. In fact, you can take a moment to read the blurb I put out if you want, if you haven't already.
I read the first paragraph or so, basically not the first paragraph, but up to the players.
Well, it
I was
tells you
trying
basically.
Yeah, I was trying to do something before I got out of the work, but yeah, then work happened.
Well, you
Although
said
don't-
read the player kit.
No, not the player. I put the player kit in there because it's a great simplified reference for learning the rules. Here's the thing: when you're new to this and making characters for it, you don't really need to worry about those rules just too much just yet. It kind of is a very much learn as you play sort of game where it all kind of clicks together in play.
Okay.
But I have that there because I was using it to basically snip out little specific pages of it to make handouts in the game for like rules references and summaries and the like. We will be needing the PDF today, but I will be telling you what pages to get to so you can just skip ahead to where you need to be rather than trying to find your way in it.
Mm-hmm.
As unlike in the vampire book, when you type enter a page number up top, it actually takes you to the correct page. Whereas those of you that have been gone hunting in the V20 book, you'll know that it's a few pages off.
I'm looking over the crew sheet.
Yeah, the crew sheet, don't do anything with that just yet. You will often, when we get to the crew creation part, you'll be able to pick a playbook, and then it will auto fill in a bunch of the sheet.
Oh, okay.
It does the same thing with the character sheets too.
Nice.
So, like, honestly, character sheet and crew sheets in this that Roll20 has for this game are actually pretty top notch as far as character sheets go. Speaking of which, I believe 2 of you are in the game, which means I can give 2 of you a character sheet.
I didn't
Wrong.
see a
There's
link.
3 of us now.
The join link is below the first PDF and above the map I put into the Discord.
You know, I'm just
Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me see here. This one is players can be edited and controlled by who's got the blank name? Oh, that's Anna, right? Anna, why is your name on Discord blank?
On Discord or Roll20?
Not Discord, sorry, Roll20. My bad.
Because I don't have a display name put up.
Well, it's giving me trouble trying. Oh, there we go.
I fixed it.
Let's see.
God, my head has been
Players,
hurting
all
since
players.
yesterday.
You and
Oh
me
no, not the head.
Yeah, it's been throbbing.
It's the season.
You and me both, David.
I have a feeling the worst is gonna hit me like soon. Like it's been building up.
You probably caught what I've had and the kids have had.
No, it's been going around everywhere.
Yep.
It's seasonal change. It's that immediate drop to colder temperatures from warmer temperatures.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to play a shooter game, and I was like, nah, I gotta back out of this. I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, that's what I had a couple weeks. What was it, last week? 2 weeks ago now? When I stayed home?
Yeah.
I don't know. Today's just kind of been sucky so far.
Hmm.
Well,
How was work annoying?
I was the only person basically front counter
Jesus Christ.
because your little buddy over there is a piece of shit.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, you should all have a character sheet. Perhaps I should have given them like a parenthesis so you know which one you can actually edit. And that might be a failing on my part.
Hmm.
Let me see, under edit, which one's this one? This one was for Amethyst. I will just put the A there because yay. That way you'll know which one's yours.
Sweet.
And this one was for David, so I'll put the big old D there because apparently he wants to do. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna put it there.
Slap the
I
D
might
on.
put myself off on there. This one's for Steph, so I'm gonna put the big old S there until you choose, pick a name to put there yourself. And lastly, we got Xeno, who will get the big old X. Well, actually, I've been doing your real world name, so I'll put N for Nick. There you go.
The Dans.
Hmm. I think the only one we're missing in Roll20 is Steph.
I did have it up. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, I think you were actually in that briefly, and then you kind of vanished because you were originally named Tempest. It's fine, it happens. You wouldn't be the first person that kind of like drifts in and out of Roll20 from Roll20's standpoint.
Yeah.
Well, when everyone is ready, go ahead and open up the first PDF, or download it, I guess, and then open it up. And we can get started.
First PDF.
It's
Blades
the one
of-
that's 50. Blades in the Dark, yes.
Okay.
Special edition. Yeah.
You're lucky. I'm sharing the special edition with you that I think just includes like a few letters from former players that gives something to it, I guess. I don't know. But before we can get into your episodic skullduggery, we need to begin character creation. Has everyone familiarized themselves with the blurb, or at least the setting portion of it?
Setting, yes.
Alrighty. I have some handouts that are largely cutouts from the book, but some of them have like some additional little tidbits written into them for information. There's a lot of them there. I don't expect you to actually read them all, so don't worry about it. Now, character creation begins, or the chapter on character creation begins on page 51. But you might as well cut to 52 because that's where we're jumping to.
52.
The first and foremost thing you need to do when choosing your character is picking their playbook, which is the term for class in this game. You got your cutters, which are good at winning fights with violence and intimidation. They're basically the toughs, the thugs, the big
Can I
brutes.
pause you right there?
Yeah, sure.
So you told us to go to 52, right?
In the big book, yes.
Yeah, in Blades in the Dark. 52 took me to the faction game.
Same.
I think it's actually 60, but the actual page will say 52.
I'm
Huh.
in character creation.
Mine's
There
There you
mine
go.
has the
Character
auto
creation,
set to
it's
jump.
60. Yeah.
Well, for me, maybe it's because we have different editions of PDF readers, because mine's like compensating for that and taking me directly to it. So I guess I have Adobe Reader. I don't know what
Same.
version y'all have.
I'm using Adobe whatever.
Because mine
I
will
just-
say like in parentheses 60 of 368, but when in the actual page number slot, it's still 52. I don't know why. So it's compensating for me, but not some of you. I apologize for that. I will keep in mind the second number when necessary going forward. Are you good to continue?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, as I set up, first you have the cutters, which are the brutes. Then you got the hounds, which are more of the distance engagement types, or just being a general tracker. Hounds are better more at choosing your battles rather than just running in gung-ho. Leeches are your weirdish alchemists and crafters and tinkerers. Playing a leech is basically you wanting to be creative with weird tools, like it says right there. Lurks are basically the ultimate sneak thieves. You are the shadow in the dark. Not necessarily the best at straight up combat stuff, but hey, you are the sneak. Slides are the forward most social character, I guess. Spiders they're the planners, the teamwork assisters, the people with contacts, and just dealing with other factions. And whisperers are your weird occult types.
Dibs on Whisper.
Fortunately, I will also add that the reason why we call basically what since we call them playbooks. Right. Where was I going? All right. There is no cap or like need for everyone to be different playbooks, or even to be all the same playbooks. But it's really just really pick what you want.
Where do we write it down at?
One moment. Are you ready down? Okay, I'll do your character sheet when we open up one of your sheets. I'll open up David's because he's the one asking. To generate playbook abilities, items, and friends, enter the name of the playbook above. So you see where it says playbook in the upper right of your character sheet?
Okay, I see.
Click on that and enter the name of the one you want to go with. However, before you enter it, you can scroll down, because if you scroll down past that page, you can go to the page where it says your actual class and goes through the details.
I see. Yep. Kind of sure I know what I want, but it wouldn't hurt to read.
Don't worry about all the other class options yet. Just focus on, I guess, your playbook. Which one you want to go with. What kind of scoundrel are you picturing yourself as playing? Those that already know their choice, like Xeno, again, just in your character sheet, up in the top right where it says playbook, click on that and then enter the name of what you want to play.
Okay, so I entered mine in,
Mm-hmm.
and did it fill it? Okay, I see
It
two
filled in a
things.
lot of stuff. It filled in a lot of stuff. It didn't complete your character. There's a few more choices you get to make, but it did fill out in all the basics.
Oh, how it shows like special abilities. Oh, I see. That's so cool.
Yeah, you'll get to pick one of those to start with, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, yeah. I like that.
I should note that since load is on all of your character sheets, I'll go ahead and explain it. Load is when you start an operation or a score or what have you. You don't choose what gear you have on you. You only choose how much gear you have on you.
Mm-hmm.
A light load is you're not carrying too much, but the good news is you can blend in with the common citizenry. There's nothing to tell you apart that you might be suspicious. 5 is you look like a thief out on a job. Let's be honest. You kind of start to stand out. And 6, you're prepping for war. It's very, very obvious that you're up to no good. And as you need an item and still have load available, you just start tick them off the list. So, oh my gosh, you suddenly are in position to need a set of lockpicks to open that door. Well, you've got load left, so fill in the box next to lockpicks, and for the rest of the score, you have those lockpicks. Which keeps things very fluid. Okay, I see so far we got Nick going. I mean, so not Nick, but David going with the Hound. We got Nick going with the Whisper. Anna hasn't chosen.
Where does it go to?
And
Where does it go to again?
where do you enter the thing at?
Yeah.
In the top right of your character sheet where it says Playbook, click on that and enter the name of the playbook you wish to have.
Got it.
Alrighty, and straight up the bat, we have Anna with Cutter and Steph with Lurk. You feeling comfortable with those choices? If not, don't worry because we can retcon your choices at any point in the next few sessions. So don't feel too bad or too worrisome about being locked into anything. Now then, since you've all done that, now we choose a heritage. This is how we start developing your character. That'll be on page 53 for those of you that auto adjust, or page 61 for those that don't.
61.
Mm-hmm.
And what are? I'm sorry, I was reading while you were speaking. I shouldn't have. What did you say?
About what?
What we were going to the next page for?
Choosing a heritage. This is where we start putting together the character aspects of your character. Your heritage describes where your family line is from. You may be of any heritage of your choice, and then decide if you're a foreigner who has immigrated to Duskwall, or if you're a local who grew up here. When you choose heritage, circle it on the list in your playbook, and then write a detail about your family life in the line above. For example, you might choose Scotland heritage, and then write factory workers from Lockport, now refugees. Or you might choose Eruvian heritage and write exiled nobility. Each heritage is described in brief below. And yes, I am reading directly from the book.
So I write down one in heritage, and then what I do after that?
Have you already chosen what heritage you want out of those ones?
Yeah, that's what I was reading before.
Fair enough. Then
Yeah.
you just basically write a brief description. Basically, what about that heritage it ties into you? For the examples given above, or like perhaps your family was factory workers. Now they're from a certain other city, and now they're refugees. Or your exiled nobility, or perhaps your family is an industrious, self-propelled group of merchants.
I'd write that in so heritage and then background.
Yeah. No, we're not in background yet. This is all part of heritage. So Ruvian, and then
the heritage. I wrote yeah.
And then put a space and write down something descriptive about it.
Okay.
I like being from Tycheros because you can pick little weird character traits, kind of like if you're an Isomar or a Tiefling.
How about that? Is that fine? Or is that not a choice?
Oh, sorry, one moment. Let me look you up. You try to have more than one word as your descriptor there. Like, you say you have it under nomadic. Were you originally like from a nomadic people? What was the people like? Put in like put in a couple adjectives or descriptors in there. Like nomadic horsemen who hunted, I guess, or something like that. Some sort of thing to give you a better idea of where your character comes from.
I think I spelt mercenary wrong.
It hasn't updated on my screen. Oh, there it goes. Nomadic mercenary contractors. Okay, yeah, sure.
Go where the work is.
That's what your family did for a while. Not necessarily you now, but perhaps this is your own way of carrying on that tradition.
Mm-hmm. Especially in the heritage of where I'm from, being on those type of areas.
Hmm. And I mean, it does mean you possibly grew up in the blasted Deathlands outside the cities.
Very true.
Hmm.
Because my family probably
Which-
hated the Imperial system.
Yeah, maybe. But that also means that you had to contend with the horrors that are out there, mainly insane ghosts that from the cataclysm of long ago.
Yep. And we sought refuge in ruins to ward them as we slept.
Mm-hmm. And the old ancient arcane protections that the Imperium eventually exchanged for the lightning barriers that surround their cities. And as always, it's always dark, always night, except for the moon, which is increasingly larger with every passing year. Or so they say.
Oh yeah, so to be a hound type in that type of environment, you got to be pretty dang good at it.
And remember, just because you don't have a dot in something, even after we go through the part where you put in your extra dots, doesn't mean you can't make rolls for that. As described in one of those blurbs I put in the Discord, you can always get up to at least 2 dots by teamwork assistance and pushing yourself or taking the devil's bargain. And for those that didn't read that far, taking the devil's bargain is you ask me for a devil's bargain and I give you something. And that something is going to happen whether you succeed or fail, but the good thing is that it gives you +1 die. It's not generally something that you want to have happen, but it's a very tried and true mechanic of the game. How's everyone coming on Heritage? I'm looking over some of you. Ooh, I see what you're going there, Nick. I like that. That's nice. But you also need to include your the actual Heritage descriptor, not just your appearance look.
I don't know what you mean.
Heritage is in what does your what was your family doing basically in Tykeros? Or what have they been doing for a while?
So you want me to put the one descriptor in like the look?
Yeah, you can go ahead and put it in the look. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. Someone put. Let's see. See, someone's already jumped ahead to backgrounds. Naughty. Poor farmer avid fighter. We got stuff coming along nicely. But you don't need to think too hard on this. Whether your characters are refugees or your family were refugees or something else up there. Not too big a deal. But for those that are ready to move on, I will move on to backgrounds. Your character's background describes what they did before they joined the crew. Choose one of the general background options from the list on your playbook. Then write a detail that's specific to your character. For example, if you choose labor and then write Leviathan Hunter Sailor, Mutineer, or you might choose law and write former bluecoat. See more examples below. This is on page 54 or 62 if your book's being weird. I see Steph's already gone ahead with hers. Nice, nice. Ideally, still needs a detail for heritage. The look is what you got under look should probably go with the background next to noble.
I can't think.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not you. It's everything going. My computer's being fucking freaky. It keeps turning on. Why is it turning on?
Playbook begins with 3 action dots already placed. You get to add 4 more dots.
Don't move on too far, David.
No, but I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm just reading, so that way I gather things.
If you want to read ahead on your playbook, that's a good thing. On that action dot thing you were speaking of, you can either customize them as listed there with what you were just reading, or you can take one of the kind of pre-assembled options for your playbook. Note that at character creation, no dots may not exceed 2 in any one action die.
For background did I do that correctly?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fine.
I don't know what to do for my purveyor, so I kind of left my voice there until you got to that point.
Yeah, don't worry about Vice just yet. We'll get there.
So far, I got a creepy ass dude on the outskirts that's just pissed off at the world.
Pissed off at the world, but wants or needs money. Perhaps
Yes.
perhaps he just likes spending it to drink his sorrows away.
Exactly. Yeah, you're hitting the nail on the coffin right there. I'm tired of killing, refuses to be killed, but needs money to drink to get rid of the, the agony of killing.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And don't worry too much if you can't think of anything too good just yet, because you can come back and fill in those little blanks later.
Wait, am I supposed to fill out license purveyor already?
No, that's David getting ahead. That's not on you.
Do you know the game Blasphemous?
The what?
The game called Blasphemous? Or like just Dark Souls? That's what I'm picturing my guy being. Just in a rugged, beat down, just person.
No, I have not played those, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
Next up, we have 4 additional dots. As you'll have noticed by selecting a playbook on your various action die categories, 3 dots have already been placed based on the playbook you chose. Now you have the option of picking 4 more dots. Now, again, these dots cannot cause those scores to go above 2, but you can largely place them as you wish. There's some guidelines given in the book of putting one that reflects your heritage, one that you feel reflects your background, and then 2 more wherever. But there's also, if you want something simpler, each of your playbooks, if you scroll down from here, has a set of options available for those that just want to quickly get into things or just fit thing. They're looking for something that fits a specific archetype. And you do get 4.
Wait, what?
The action die on the right. Hunt, study, survey, tinker,
Oh,
fitness, prowl, skirmish, wreck, attune, command, consort, sway. You get to place 4 more dots. Cannot go above 2. And I should probably cover what those things actually do. One moment. I got ahead of myself.
If you hover over the names of each one, like finesse and stuff like that, it'll pop up a small description.
Thank you for reminding me of that. It's been a while since I've played on Roll20 with this. But yeah, these
No,
sheets are
you're
amazing.
alright.
Note that the categories Insight, Prowess, and Resolve also form your ability to resist harmful effects. And when you roll dice for those, the number of dice you roll is based on the number of dots in that first column that you see sectioned off on the left-hand side of it. So being more varied within one of those categories and having more dots at one dot does improve your ability to resist.
How many dots total am I supposed to have?
7.
7? Okay.
Yeah, the 3 that you get automatically from your playbook, which is 2 in one, and then it puts 1 in another. And then 4, you get to place yourself, either by choosing one of the selected builds under your playbook or by just assembling it yourself. And again, if you want to reshuffle things around after the first session or two, that's more than fine.
What's look? Just pretty much what I look like?
For look, if you want to skip ahead to that one moment. Look is just a basically it's a few summarized evocative words that describe your character's appearance. There are samples given on page 56 or 64, depending on your reader. Basically allows you to summarize up your appearance in a very short and concise manner. Name is pretty straightforward. Alias is your nickname if you have one in the criminal underworld.
See, character creation summary.
Note that for those of you that are looking at the items, anything labeled as fine effectively counts as being one tier higher than what your actual crew's tier is, which allows you to contend equally with things above your weight.
Don't want to go to standard items. I'm trying to find where look is at. You said page 54?
I said page 56 or 64.
56. There we go.
Okay, I think I've got the action dots done.
Nice, nice.
What's next?
Hmm.
Or
Next up.
I thought I was behind. Sorry.
No, no, no. It's perfectly fine to move on. Next, you get to choose your special ability. Each of your playbooks has a number of special abilities. You get to choose one to start with. You can't think of anything specific to go with. Usually, the first option is designed to be a decent default choice. The abilities, I believe, are also listed on your sheet and should have all of them there. So if one's missing, let me know.
Torn between doing the one that I have chose or the one that's two above what I have. I think the one that I have now would benefit me more.
All
in
right,
this
fair
start.
enough. I will go ahead and say this: the +1 stress box will absolutely be a benefit to you.
Yes.
The other benefits will either come up sparsely or not at all, depending on how y'all guys act most of the time.
Okay. So the one above Scout probably will never happen if I don't choose it now.
What do you mean?
The Ghost Hunter.
You currently have Survivor selected, so that was what I was talking about.
Yeah. That's the one that I want. But would I be able to get Ghost Hunter later on, or are these things locked once we start?
Oh no, they're not locked. Don't worry about it. You
Okay.
can absolutely gain more as you go. That's the whole point of accruing crew XP.
Perfect. Well, then that will definitely benefit me to start out with.
But, sorry, I meant playbook XP. But yeah. And stress is a commodity in this game. Up at the top there. You use it for lots of different things.
Gosh, what was that?
If you fill up your stress bar, you'll end up ticking a trauma box. And when you tick a trauma box, you have to select one of the traumas next to it, which become a key component of your character.
Mm-hmm.
They're described more in the book someplace, but basically that becomes a thing, whether your character becomes vicious or mentally unstable or obsessed with something or the like. After you've accrued your fourth trauma, your character is forcibly retired because they're no longer fit for being underworld scoundrels.
I have a game like this, but I can't remember what it is.
There are some abilities and from crew sheets and other things that allow you to go up to 5 trauma. I swear you're mechanically making the same choices I did for my first character, and I'm loving it. That's an interesting choice there. Nice, nice.
Oh, this is like Darkest Dungeon, if you heard of that game. With the drawbacks and stuff.
Oh. Video game. Nice.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
I believe all of you have chosen an ability. Are you happy with those abilities?
Yes.
I will assume that's a yes for all of you. Now,
Yes.
you'll choose a friend and a rival. You'll notice there's a set of preset potential contacts or enemies on the strange friends list, which is on the right side of your character sheet, beneath all your dice. The up arrow indicates a friend or an ally or a contact of some kind. Down, an enemy, a rival, or some other potentially hindering obstacle. While they don't go into too much description on your sheet, they do have more details about these individuals on the in the book.
Where it says Deadly Friends.
Where it says strange friends, but in the book it says dangerous friends and rivals. Oh, straw. So wait, sorry. Some of them say strange, some of them say shady, some of them say dangerous. You're right. I never noticed that it actually divvied up based on which playbook you chose in terms of the actual naming of it. That's nice.
Yeah, I got a selection of Deadly Friends.
Now, how you track experience will be determined based on your playbook, at least for playbook experience. Each of your different playbooks has their own little qualifier, which you can see down there at the bottom.
I think I did that right, I hope.
Dice have three situational formats whenever you roll them. Either it's controlled, everything's set up in your favor, like you're basically in command of the situation, and looking really well. Risky, which is by far and large what you'll be making most rolls under, which is generally are on even footing with whatever it is you're contending with. And desperate, when things are not looking great. The good thing about desperate, however, is whenever you make a desperate roll, you get to tick an experience blade in the category that you made that roll in, insight, prowess, or resolve. When those fill up, you get to add a new dot for that category. And when playbook experience fills up, you get to add a new special ability. Note that unless you pick it as part of your load, David, your hunting pet isn't necessarily going to always be with you. But that just means it's sometimes at back at base or something. You underload. You see, like when you underload, the first set of items is like in that gray box. Those are your class specific items, which generally include buying pairs of something. So you've got like some sort of gear that's better than anyone else that's going to be pulling their gear off the general list, as well as some very specialist implements.
Okay, so a trained hunting pet will be a part of my load.
It's a part loadout, but remember, loadout doesn't come into play until you need it.
Right, yeah, when you
And
go
it's-
off
and
on
the-
a mission.
Yeah, well, not when you go off on the mission, but when you're in the mission, decide, oh, I need that specific item. You tick off a load box for it.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about exactly what you're bringing with you, just how much you're bringing with you. Thus, light load, normal load, or heavy load.
Hmm.
Lighter loads being less conspicuous, but less you're carrying less. I believe one of the playbooks, which is the cutter, I think it's like a thing where they can pick to boost how much they can carry. I could be wrong though. Yeah, mule. That's what it is. Armor is a very, generally speaking, a very cumbersome thing to carry because even regular armor is 2 boxes and heavy is an additional 3 in addition to the regular 2. But you can tick off armor on the armor usage section to downgrade incoming harm. Generally, as you play, your characters will be, of course, earning coin, which is a term that goes back to a long ago, probably even pre-apocalyptic grand coin thing that was a measure of value for tremendous trades between merchants and the like. And it doesn't actually mean you have that kind of coin on you. It means you have things worth that kind of coin, typically in the form of like smaller silver coins. You can only carry so much coin on you. I believe it's 4 for each of your characters, but you can start stashing that. Now, stashing that isn't there for future use. Stashing that's building towards your retirement fund. And while you can convert stash to regular coin, it's a trade-off of a 2-for-1. Kind of like when you pull money out of your 401k.
Hmm.
Any questions from anyone, or is everyone currently caught up?
I think I'm caught
I
up.
think I'm
think I
caught up.
have. I'm supposed to choose one. Like, what is the up and the down arrow on the friends thing?
Up arrow is a friendly, or at least positive associate of some kind, whether that's a contact, a friend, or an ally, or something. And the down arrow is the reverse of that, basically.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's a little weird because the up arrow is red, and you can kind of somewhere consider red to be bad, and
Yes.
it's not. And believe me,
Red
it was
equals
weirding
boom.
me out. It was weirding me out when I first was playing this game.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, red. Red means danger. No, don't click that.
No, no, no. But if you're done with that, it's time to choose your vice. I do believe. Yes, vice. Vice is
Wait.
good.
The choice we needed to make was what our friend and enemy was, right?
Yes, that. And before that, it was special ability.
Okay, both are done. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow along.
It's fine. I know y'all aren't in top form today because reasons and shit. And I wasn't feeling great this week earlier, which is partly why I kind of fell through on cult prep and came up with Plan B.
I do like this character sheet a lot, though. It's kind of nice.
I
It's
would
very
just kind of fill stuff in.
It's one sheet. It's one thing, and the options aren't like millions.
It's very compact and concise.
Yeah. And it auto generates.
Let me see. Where did I had it written down on my thing, right? Of all the things I didn't write down Vice. I feel
Vice is on page 55 or 63 if you've got the jank.
yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah. You're going to basically be choosing a category: faith, gambling, luxury, obligation, pleasure, stupor, or weird. And then after that, you'll pick a purveyor, which kind of narrows down exactly what part of that category you're all about. And if you look into the handout section, somewhere near the bottom of the rules tab is vice purveyors, which will have a little cutout that you can magnify and take a good gander at. Stolen from the book, of course. But now, indulging your vices is generally how you, during downtime, get rid of stress. It's the only existing method for getting rid of stress, other than really, really bad things. However, you can end up overindulging, which is when if you were making a vice roll or indulgence roll, and you ended up removing more stress than you actually have, which can cause entanglements.
Guys, I gotta wind down. I'm gonna go get into a bar fight.
Yeah, it could happen, and you could get cut off by your primary purveyor, and then need to find a new one.
Yeah.
Hmm
Man, this is a lot like Darkest Dungeon.
I've never played those. I wouldn't know.
So I'd write stupor and then just like fights.
It's more than that. You also have to record your purveyor. So, what is your you say stupor, and there is options. Let's see, Lake Book Tavern, Harpy Monkey Tavern, which generally give you a thing. Fighting in a bar often might not be the thing you're looking for under that. We could say you go to the bar and you're going there less to get drunk and more to get in fights, but the owner puts up with it because you spend a lot, or something like that.
Let's see.
Generally, your vice is something to relax you in some fashion, even if it's a really weird way of going about it.
So stupor, and then I can just say like drug abuse.
Again, you have to pick a purveyor, which is under the handout vice purveyors, and that can kind of like help guide your thoughts on that.
Hand out vice purveyors.
It's under the rules category. I'm going to get an ice cream sandwich.
I want one.
I'd give you one if I could, Zeno, but you're too far away. It'd melt. These aren't the cheap ones from Walmart that will stay not melted even if you leave them out in the sun in July. And then you just stare at them for hours, wondering just what they are and what have you been putting in your body. Not good.
See page 299.
The 307.
Oh, well, if you wanted, I could have given you the page number to look it up in the book, I guess. But
There
I
we
kind of put the
go.
handout in there so you wouldn't have to. And if you're worried because the handout picture is too small, you can click on it and it magnifies it. Boop.
Oh, vice purveyors. There we go. Oh, I see. How old is this TTRPG?
Actually, one of the newer ones, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's relatively new. Definitely within the last 10 years.
Okay.
I mean,
It's just so many. So even down to certain names are in Darkest Dungeon. I'm just
it might be
wondering
based
if-
off that.
Yeah. Like the Leaky Bucket, that's one of the places you go to like drink or like all the
It
pleasures.
might be. It might be based off of the setting. Then
It could be because it's very medieval, like dark and like plague-esque and stuff.
Blades in the Dark was released at the start of 2017, and it is a system of Forged in the Dark, which is was basically the first game in that system. You can see where the name is, and made by Evil Hat.
Yeah, you're not the only one who saw the relation there, David. It appears that people online are also like, if you want to play Darkest Dungeon but tabletop, Blades in the Dark is the game.
Yeah, this is like the exact same thing. And I've had like hundreds of hours in Darkest Dungeon.
The only other one that is out there, it seems that like is similar is Torchbearer, but people are saying that it's shit.
Yeah, Darkest Dungeon is a fun one. Like if you want to play this but in a video game form, that's the game to play. They just released Darkest Dungeon 2, I think, a few months ago.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen real quick.
I think I'm going to be in the Martin Gull. I don't know. No, Roland Valeris. Because of the night market. Get some drugs. Roland Valeris.
Hold on, I'm going to go ahead and move you all to map number 1. Oop.
Did I do it right? Roland Valeris.
For the record, this is a what's the term I'm looking for? This is a condensed medium res map. I have the full res map, in full size no less, on another page, but I'm aware that that kind of zooming and scrolling might be a problem and might cause problems for lower PCs, I guess.
I see a white piece of paper with a little drawn thingy.
Oh, right. I didn't actually move you. Oh, wait. Yeah, I did. The player
I just see
marker
a-
is on this.
Oh, I don't even see it. I see a plain white grid with what looks like an island.
Yep, same.
Really?
Yep.
Uh huh.
Are we not seeing the same thing? One
Nope.
moment. I gotta X out all your little playbooks so I can see. I don't understand how you're not seeing this. I'm seeing it, and I'm on the token layer.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm just seeing graph paper with just the outline of what looks like an island.
It's just a scribbly circle.
Yeah, scribbly circle.
Oh, yeah, that's where I put there so y'all would know which part of the map y'all are in. But let me see if I can move you around, I guess.
Oh, there
You
we
see
go.
This is like the highest res thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, now let me move you back to this one. Can you still not see it?
Nope.
Nope.
I am so sad. Okay, I want to go ahead and delete the thing I drew. One moment. Can you suddenly see the map now, or no?
Nope.
Nope. Just the graph paper.
That's so weird. Can you scroll down or no?
Nope. It just zooms into the graph paper more.
Is the map supposed to be like this Because I see where it says lagoon and all this other stuff. Oh, God damn it.
I don't even see names. I just see graph paper.
It's
Oh,
so
I think I
weird.
see a map. North Hook Channel. The Mist. But, yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell without being able to see what y'all are seeing. But
Hang on. Here.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to re-upload this page then. And let me just move everyone off of it. Oop. Keep your stream up for now, and I want to see if it fixes itself and I delete it and remake it, basically.
Okay. Sometime soon in this audio clip, that train takes off so fast. Just
Now, where was I? All right. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong layer. Cancel, cancel. I need to be a map layer. Oh, well, that kind of fucked it up. There was lag there. I gotta restart over.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
No, you're good. I'm having issues.
Oh no.
I said I am having so many issues. I want my map to work.
The last thing I did was fill in my vice/purview or purveyor.
Mhm.
Did I miss anything?
Not particularly. I found out that people weren't able to see my map on map page 1, and I'm not gonna lie, that frustrated a little bit. But
I see this big gold screen, and then in the middle of the table is a map.
that's like a stop. That's because I dragged that thing out into there. But I'm talking about on a different page. I'm trying to fix.
Mm.
All right. Let me adjust the page size again, like I did the first time, because that's not gonna work.
Can we burn the vampire?
What do you mean?
Well, there's a fledgling vampire on the screen, and I'm a knight.
A fledgling vampire? What?
And his profile picture is her vampire.
Yeah, I haven't changed it yet. Haven't gotten that far.
There's a princess picture, a void of geometric shapes,
And a
and
dragon.
a fledgling vampire, and I feel like as the knight I have to slay the vampire.
Good luck.
Where is this at?
There's also a dragon, so to be fair, I should probably slay that true.
Oh, I get what you're talking about now.
I'm
Oop, a
trying.
whole
I'm
bunch of
sorry.
chickens just got off the train.
I'm being silly.
I've been getting into the background. There's like a guy in the background just trying to sell some shit. Get your butter bread biscuits, clearance.
The background sound or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that turned down enough that wouldn't be a problem.
Then you hear like
No, he's
tit-
he's
like,
just
the
focusing on it.
chickens. Yeah, I'm focusing on it. And then they'll load the train up, and the train will take off. And then
Oh.
every now and then, this other train will just come flying by.
I like the sound of the trains.
Yeah, same here. I play Train Simulator just so I can hear the sounds and blow the whistle.
Why does that sound like Stephanie on GTA 5 with helicopters and planes?
Oh man, I love Train Simulator. I
Good lord.
have it on my Switch. I have it on the computer.
Steph and her sister will hop on GTA 5 multiplayer, get into the planes and helicopters, and just cause all sorts of fucking chaos.
Oh god.
Yeah, most people are cheating on there these days. Hmm.
Well, Steph's a console player, so
There we go. I
and
guess.
she's also very quiet. Are you there, love?
Okay, before I start drawing that circle again, let me move y'all here and see if y'all can see things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can you see the map now?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now let's see if me drawing on it miraculously, I mean, not miraculously, but fucks with it again. You know.
Oh, I gotta get more coffee.
I want coffee.
Well,
Okay.
hang on. I gotta get up and get it. Before I go upstairs, I'm gonna come grab your boob.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No.
I want to touch your boob.
No. Nope.
I fucking
Nope.
knew it.
Nope. I will bite you. You did not. I will bite you again.
I bit you the first time, and I will bite you again. I spit in your general direction.
I need to watch that movie.
Okay, can you still see the map? Just checking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
It's all grayed out, but yeah.
Oh, that's
I think it's just the natural coloring of the map, dude.
okay. Well,
Well,
because
okay.
if you were about to tell me you couldn't see anything, or just it was just a bunch of gray, you know.
I'll tell you this. I
buckles.
can read the words on the map. I can see
Okay,
the
excellent.
lagoon.
Well,
I can see North Hook Channel.
You can zoom in if you want. It's pretty high detailed. If you really want, I'll take you over to the ultra high detail map. One moment.
No, this is good.
Here's the ultra high detail map.
Now it's in my face and I can't see anything.
Yep.
Exactly. That's
All I
why it's
see
not
is-
on the main map. This is like it's a really high resolution map, but this is the medium resolution map, kind of somewhat scaled down. And the bit that's outlined with the black marker is the city district of Crowsfoot, which is where we will be starting our story. And once we get to crew creation. Which should be any time now, honestly, but I got distracted. So I was like, why couldn't people see the map?
Could you change the color of the circle to something more fluorescent so that way it sticks out over the gray and black?
Fair enough.
There we go.
Come back.
Change the color by doing this. Well, yeah, I can do it like that. Do you have a preferred color, or?
Nah, just as long as it like sticks out from the map when you look at it from afar. This works.
Okay. Excellent. I did not know you could actually select a drawing and then change the color of the drawing without just deleting it and making a new one. So, plus
Mhm.
1 point of learning.
You get your experience point for this session, Andrew. Congratulations. You learned something.
Yay! Speaking of which, you're learning XP in the vampire game after we finish book 1, which will be probably a few sessions from now. I'm going to start raising the bar on what's needed to say you got your learning XP.
I learned that guy over there in that corner in particular is a dick. Do I get experience?
No. No, you don't.
Darn.
You may, of course, also begin looking for pictures for your characters or what you have in mind. Remember, the general themes is we're in an Everdark, no sun whatsoever setting where, yeah, general themes are Victorian, Second Industrial Revolution, fantasy. There's screaming ghosts everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but they're a common thing. And you're in a city that's protected by giant lightning barriers powered by demon blood, which exist as leviathans out in the ocean that is pitch black like oil, and you see whenever you look down into it, you see deep down below what looks like a whole additional star field in addition to the one in the sky. Most of the food in the setting is predominantly fungi based. Most of what you will eating is some derivative of mushroom. Most of what you're drinking is, unless it's water, is probably going to be some derivative of mushroom. The primary meat, when you do get to eat meat, is usually going to be eel of some variety because they're one of the few normal creatures, normal-ish creatures, that can survive in the way the oceans are these days. And they're plentiful enough that they might just appear on your regular menu for nothing too expensive. There are still what you might think of as actual food and foodstuffs being grown, but those are generally for the wealthier, as they can only be made in relatively small quantities. So your beer, that's going to be mushroom beer. Your food, that's going to be mushrooms, no matter what it looks like. Yeah, almost. We have Steph's character look set up. She's the one with the picture. The sneaky. Oh, that is a good pick, by the way. That infiltrator ability.
I figured it'd be more useful.
Well, trust me, tier does matter a lot. Let me know when everyone's ready to move on to creating your crew, your little band of rogues. Also, do you like the blend of music I picked? I got like the light rain, I got the light wind because those are the general weather conditions in Duskwall 95% of the time, and I think the Age of Steam kind of background kind of fits the era reasonably.
I don't hear anything.
I do have it turned down kind of quiety, but you might also have your own music volume turned down. I can increase the volume on them if you want.
It might be I don't know if it's my computer or not.
Fair.
Thank you.
And remember, even if we only get session 0 done tonight because we can't quite get to actual play, that's perfectly fine. Just gives us more time to do on the 28th. And especially since everyone seems to be under the weather-ish.
Okay.
Okay. Is everyone good to move on to crew creation?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Now, unlike your own individual characters, crew creation is going to require some collaboration on your part. And let me just. Oh wait, sorry. One moment. That's where it was. Now, obviously, like with character creation, the first thing to do is to choose a crew type. And before I go into listing those types or whatnot, the most important thing you need to know is that while this does generally choose your flavor of criminal and what your primary jobs are likely to be, it does not actually keep you from doing other sorts of jobs. So don't see it as a limiter, just see it as a way to focus your efforts. Now, primarily, you got assassins, which are killers for hire. They execute accidents, disappearances, murders, and ransoms. You got the Bravos, which are the mercenaries and the thugs. They execute battles, extortion, sabotage, and the good old smash and grab. Cult. A cult are acolytes of a forgotten god. They execute artifact acquisitions, auguries, consecrations, sacrifices, and other cult and even Xeno's hated Lovecraftian themes. Hawkers, you're a dealer. Typically, this is drugs, but it could be other things. But once you pick your type, it's usually going to revolve around your product procurement, your sales, your shows of force, social events, and so on. Shadows are your thieves and spies. You're going to be you're the people that steal things that people once stolen, while also whether that's espionage stuff, outright robbery, or even sabotage. And smugglers, well, you smuggle the stuff the hawkers sell. These can be deliveries, territory control, expeditions outside the city. And this is a choice you do have to agree on together. This is on page 92 or 100, depending on which version of the book is working for you.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of scoundrels do you want your characters to do in terms of work?
Let's all pick like our top 2 choices, and whatever name comes up the most will be that one.
Okay, we can try that.
Reasonable. Go ahead and put that in the Blades chat.
I'm gonna read them over just one more time to make sure I understand which ones are which.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfectly fine. An important thing to note is that when you're on a score, unless you specifically say so, you're not generally killing people. They'll just be really injured and probably get back up later. If you do specifically kill someone, yay, they're gone. But unless you have a very specific merit from the assassin's crew type, you're going to be gaining additional heat on that job. Because the way the supernatural world works, there's an almost immediate knowing that someone has died in a certain location. Okay, so far we got cult smugglers, hawkers, shadows,
Ooh,
bravos,
Hawkers.
hawkers. We're waiting on Steph for that off choice then.
Sorry, I was getting distracted.
That's perfectly fine. I figure we're just going to finish out creation and probably hold it there, seeing how y'all aren't feeling well.
We
So
could
don't
do
worry about pushing
introductions or
yourself too
something.
much. That's a good thing. We could do some introductions.
3 for Hawkers. Hawkers we are.
3 for hawkers. Device stealers. Excellent. Which means someone, I choose, let's choose Steph, because you were the final deciding vote, in the crew sheet, which is up near your character sheets. Right where you did the same thing with your playbook, click on the big crew in the top right corner and enter the name of your playbook, which is Hawkers, and it will start filling in.
Where is it on the sheet? On the right
Top
side or
right.
the
Top right,
upper right?
where it says crew, just like where it said playbook on your sheet. You click on the crew and then you enter the name of your playbook, or the group crew playbook in this case.
Okay. 1 second. There's that. And then,
Hawkers.
oh my god, what the fuck, bro? This
Do you
is
want me to
not
do it for
working.
you? Do you want me
Yeah,
to do it
can
for you?
you?
Wait 1 moment. I see what happened. Wait, no, it can be edited and controlled by all players. It should work for you. It's weird.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do it 1 moment.
Okay, sorry. My computer's
There we
being
go.
fucking weird.
Hey, that's fine. I've had moments where Roll20 just kind of freezes up on me. Don't worry about it. Okay, Hawkers. Excellent. Now then.
So type in Hawkers above where it says crew.
Now, while we're in this on this type of thing, we have selected Hawkers, which means y'all deal in something. But the question is, what specifically are y'all dealing with? Basically, pick a angular focus on what your jobs are going to be. I mean, as in terms of what you actually. Actually, wait, no, that's something we do later. My bad. You can do it now if you want. But basically, where you kind of summarize the general things Hawkers do, you kind of pick one, and you're slightly better at it. In the meantime, and yeah, shuffle that to one side because it's getting annoying. Choose an initial reputation. If you scroll down, it's on the next page in the book after that. Your initial your reputation is kind of how you're looked after, and it also shows you what sort of reputation you need to pursue in terms of growing that reputation and earning points on your crew advancement. And in this case, or player experience as well, I think. I don't know which one. You have the choices of ambitious, brutal, daring, honorable, professional, savvy, subtle, and strange. So, what is your crew's reputation? What's their style?
Oh, and I figured it out. I was in the wrong tab.
What tab is it in bio and stuff? No. Character sheet.
I think
No.
character
Oh, where
sheet.
it
It's right
says
next to Blades in the Dark.
when you I don't know what it's like on yours, but on mine it says character mode on top, and you have to
Oh,
click
yeah,
it.
yeah, don't do it in your own. Please do not do it in your own sheet. I have a separate crew sheet for that, just so we don't get distracted.
Yeah,
Like
Oh,
if you
you
look
have to
under
click.
if you look under characters, down there, second from the bottom is crew sheet,
Woo!
and
Okay.
that's the dedicated crew sheet.
I was doing this all on my
Um,
character sheet.
Okay, well, no, don't do that. Bad, bad, bad.
Yeah,
All
Shame
right,
on you.
take Hawkers off the crew. Can I keep Hawkers in my character sheet for on the crew?
Sure, just make sure your sheet is switched back over to character mode, like I just forcefully did for someone's sheet.
Yeah, it's in character mode on my player sheet.
Yeah, okay, well, the crew sheet is what I have their default set to crew mode, so you don't have to, I guess, flip too far in and out, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But you need to pick an initial reputation. And that's,
Ooh, it's
again,
just
going to be a. What?
Oh, I'm
Be a-
reading.
Be a group thing, a group choice.
This is, again, a group choice. Talk about something you can talk about and come together on.
So what are we all universally good at?
It's not necessarily about what you're introducially good at. It's about how you go about it. Are you ambitious? Do you choose things way above your pay grade and go for that, which might also be under daring? Are you particularly brutal and vicious in how you go about it? Are you savvy and the like? Are you consummate professionals? Do you have a code of honor that you're considered by? Are you subtle and not keen to attract much notice? Are you strange and weird people?
Well, we got two. I'm assuming Nick also wanders the waste, the dead land. So we have two like waste walkers in our group.
That's not really a reputation.
No, I'm just kind of trying to put my head into the style that we would be.
That's gonna be
You earn experience when you bolster your crew's reputation, so it's got to be something that we're going to act on often.
Right.
Mhm.
Like if two of us are like just cutthroat savages and the other two are more sophisticated, that's going to be kind of like a tug of war in reputation.
It's more about how your crew acts, not necessarily how you the individual acts. But generally, you're expected to have some aspect of that, even when you're on your own.
True,
You
but
should
as a
just be
group, we would have a
strange.
general moral choice.
And we're also trying to
Mhm.
pick a layer here as well, kind of like
Yeah, the
reflect.
layer's the next step. I mean, it's technically under one step in the book, but I consider them two separate things. But yes, that's
Well,
right up after you pick your thing.
so hear me out. I can see why they put it as one step, and here's why. Picking our layer and our reputation kind of reflects like how we want to be presented. Because like if we're doing a job of like getting experiences or bits and like
Mhm.
so if we're being a hawker, we're being vice dealers. Means we're going to be dealing with people to a certain degree, right? We
Mhm.
we,
Wouldn't
we
we want to
procure
be more
stuff.
professional?
You want
Yeah.
somewhere that's easily enough reachable, then, is what you're saying. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, I could see us taking on bigger than we can chew jobs being vice dealers, but not all of us might not be risk takers.
Right. Well, we're probably also not going to be brutal necessarily starting off.
Especially if we want
Like,
our crop to be like marketable and profitable. We don't want to be savages.
right. What is savvy again? Like we just know what we're doing, kind of thing, or
We have a
One
finesse
moment.
to our charms and profession.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it means. The more finesse to your charm, you're well informed and perceptive, shrewd, knowledgeable, or proficient. Often using
Like if
combination.
you
Yeah,
want to
practical understanding.
think of it as a good salesman.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like our competition moved in, but we're the Heisenhoffs or whatever. You know, we know what we're doing. We don't have to like get scared because we know our product's good.
You want some cocaine?
What I'm hearing is
rainbow
you're
stuff.
kind of starting to narrow it down to like 3 or 4 choices just based off your conversation so far.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I'm good with him. I'm good with ambition, savvy, professional, and oh god, yeah,
strange.
I know. I think
Strange dealers.
we're strange vice dealers. You want some cocaine? Why you have no clothes under the trench coat?
I heard you
You
like
want to
weed.
buy
What is
some
that?
You
want
want
to
to
buy
sniff
some
this
death
tin of
sticks?
toenails?
But no, strange generally means more in the way of the occult strange. But
Yeah,
you could make it work like that.
trafficking spirits and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You smoke this weed, you'll see God.
Well, there are for yeah, go for it. One of the guidelines for the GM is that I am to be your character's biggest fan. Just FYI. It's literally one of the guidelines for being a GM in this game.
We found
Well,
the
what do you-
process of vacuum sealing our canned goods. So,
Anna, what are you thinking?
Y'all want to do the same thing y'all did before?
Just vote. That
Pick,
Oh,
yeah, pick 2 that you think go for it and put them in the chat. If anyone
oh
has
man, is
like
that your
strong
guy?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I needed to send it to my thing, so
I didn't even think to use AI.
Oh, that is a nice pick, man. Not gonna lie.
AI.
That's one. Okay, we got David there with savvy or strange.
What programs do you use to generate that?
Imagine.
That's just the browser.
It's on my phone.
Oh, I see.
Does that require a subscription or some sort of payment?
Nope, it's
No.
just ads.
Annoying ads. Yeah, okay, got it. We got. I think we're going with savvy. That's pretty clear and cut there. Your reputation is savvy.
There, I'm generating a guy right now.
So I'm gonna write that down onto your sheet. Yep, universally for savvy. Okay, excellent. I guess.
You're supposed to like our decisions.
I am indeed supposed to like your decisions. Also, forewarning: the one thing I am never allowed to screw you on is your payout for successful jobs. You got enough going specifically because the book calls out. You got enough going against your characters as is. You get paid no matter what, as long as you succeed. There's not going to be ambushes or the like to keep you from getting paid. In any case, what's up next? Let me see this.
You better
All
get-
right, yes. Now we need to choose a lair. Remember, you begin at tier 0, so it's probably either rather modest or perhaps even an abandoned sort of place. However, y'all are going to be hawkers, so it's probably not going to be too far removed from people. After all, you need to be able to be near people in order to sell things to people. There are 6 suggestions or examples in the book, which is on the same page as those reputations, but you can come up with your own ideas.
A porta potty.
Nah, we're supposed to be savvy. What are we making in a porta potty?
Methane.
Yeah,
How are we? How are we?
I think
containing
that's
the
a
methane?
little too small. But I mean, if you really want to confine yourselves to a porta potty, I'd love to see how y'all found our pile in there.
Let's just say that this was once a spot that they were going to build a building on, but we bought the rights to this unfinished. Only like the basement was only finished, so we just filled it up with dirt, plopped a porta potty there, and we go
Why
through
are
the
y'all
toilet.
focusing on porta potties that aren't invented yet?
No. So here's how it goes. Here's how it goes. Right. It used to be a telephone booth. We made it into a porta potty
There are
to
no
make it look weird.
telephones.
And
This is
and
Victorian
really,
industrial age. There are no telephones.
So we're
stole
at
from
the
the
wall
future.
well.
you said this was fantasy.
My porta potty is immaculate.
This isn't trashy Sakai fantasy.
It should be because you're running it.
Ow.
I am trying to support Steph's recommendation of methane proprietary drugs.
Yeah, we keep the because poop actually, if you contain it, can create all that methane, and then people can go in and sniff it.
I'm just amused that that's the first thing you came to, so it really is your favorite thing.
Fuck off!
That's something like she does in real life. Be honest with me here, you know.
Hey, Nick. Get me the porta potty.
No,
I want to stare at the poo while we do it.
That's not been a thing ever. It's an inside joke from Mid-States when she used to work there.
God. Those are my votes. I'm out of here. I quit. I hate my life. Why do I?
Let me go ahead and normally you would pick which district you start in, but because of the starting scenario we're going with, y'all are going to be in the Crow's Foot, which is where I circled it. I'm going to go ahead and give you. I'm going to read off the little handout I have for this to kind of get you a feel for where you're going to be, so that might help give you ideas. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. That's the gang, not the actual. It's a district. Oop.
I kind of agree with Steph's thing though. The unassuming back rooms, if we're like being dealers to an already established merchant place, kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. The Crow's Foot is a crossroads, merging many qualities of its neighboring districts: the illicit vices of Silk Shore, the labor and trade of the docks, the poverty of Char Hollow, and the classic architecture of Charter Hall. The district is a patchwork, both held together and threatened to be torn apart by the menagerie of competing street gangs and bluecoat squads that claim every avenue and corner as territory in an endless turf war. Oops, one moment. Let me scroll down. The scene, dockers filing to and fro, minks plying their trade on the corners, a squad of bluecoats shaking down a shopkeeper for a bribe, rival gangs calling challenges to each other across the rooftops, a fine coach carrying a noble seeking illicit wares. The streets are multi-level, cramped, dark, foggy, Ash Way, Center Street, blah, blah, blah. Buildings are largely flop houses, inns, old manors chopped into apartments, traditional stone houses, smiths, taverns, brothels, and butchers. It's very, very that. So I believe y'all were talking about the unassuming back rooms of a merchant shop. What's the actual merchant shop look like? What kind of shop is it?
Does that sound good to Dave and Hannah?
Sounds fine to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Let's describe the front of this shop. You might not own the front of the shop, but you might be in cahoots with whoever's there to, kind of sort of be like chill with y'all working back there. So what's the main book business that kind of covers for your actual business?
Well, my character likes fine. So I don't know if that's in the crowsfoot area though.
Likes what?
No. What did I have on my sheet? Oh, never mind. I switched it. Never mind. I was gonna say something about like, cause her vice is luxury. I thought I put the fine, um, the one with the tailor in it, or whatever. I was thinking like something like that, but never mind. I switched it to the
No, you went
bathhouse.
with the
crowfoot.
bathhouse. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh, bathhouses.
cause she likes to be clean.
Oh, and here I thought you were there
Absolutely.
for the other thing.
No, brothels are their own separate thing in the vices.
I don't know. What are you guys thinking? What should the front be, or the front of the merchant shop be?
All the world's meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a butcher shop. People
Meet
come
your
in.
meat.
Exotic meat.
No, straight up.
I
just
like it.
all the world's meat. It's just, it's a butcher shop. If people come in and like try to give us beef, we tell them we're vegetarians. We're not fucking scared of them.
Oh my god.
Well, I
We
mean,
then-
most people are by default, like by diet, largely vegetarian in their diet because most everything is fungus.
Well, that's the comedy is that like there's not really that much meat left, and so like this butchery is like what's remaining, and then like
It's
anybody else
largely
that
eel.
comes, yeah, then anyone who comes in is like, well, if you act up, then you become part of the butchery.
Oh
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
So
that'd
you're
be
in the
awesome.
back room of a birch. I'll have to come up with some sort of NPC for y'all that runs the front of the thing. But yes, but the unassuming back rooms of a butcher shop. So let's go ahead and put that down on the crew sheet.
As
Yeah.
if everyone's down for it.
I think
I
that's
think
cool.
Yep. So what did you go with the name? All the world's meat.
All the world's meat.
You can't beat the heat, beat your meat.
It's actually a reference to a already established adventure path in Pathfinder as well. I just found it super funny.
Okay. Well,
But
we
no,
got
seriously,
that down for right now. That's fine.
Oh, that needs to go on the curse sheet, right?
I already put it down, or you can go ahead and replace what I wrote there if you want to write something slightly different.
Dang it, David! You put your picture as the crew
I
sheet.
didn't mean to.
Man, you better fix that, or I'm going to come down there and smack you.
There we
I'm
go.
about to come over there, and I'm going to do some things to you, and you're going to be wondering what the heck those things were when you wake up sore in places you didn't think you could feel sore at.
He's got too many of those already. Don't hurt him anymore.
Not
Very
really.
true.
I wasn't where your ears have been broken in yet.
My whole head's gone through a Jeep Liberty windshield.
Anyway,
I didn't know that was her conception.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was 17
and an idiot,
and an idiot, and I got partially ejected out of a windshield
and then sucked back
Okay.
in.
and sucked back in. Yeah.
Okay. Normally, this is the place where you'd pick location, but there is no need to pick location because by default, the starting scenario that I'm working out of from the book, they're all starting in the Crow's Foot. Your hunting grounds are also in the Crow's Foot, but choose a particular type of operation that falls under your crew's type. And when performing it in your hunting grounds, you get an extra die on gather information rolls and an extra free downtime activity to contribute to an operation happening within those hunting grounds.
I'm confused at every word you just said.
Mm.
So we're gonna figure out an operation that we're gonna do now. Like, what are we?
No, not an operation you're going to do now, but an operation that's under the purview of your crew type that you are exceptionally good at.
Oh, okay.
Is this what we call a special ability for the crew sheet?
No. We'll get to that in a moment.
Then where is this on the?
Well, okay. Like in the summary of your crew, which is vice dealers, they execute product procurement, covert sales, shows of force, and social events. You might choose to pick one of those 4 listed there: product procurement and so on, and that's the one you're exceptionally good at.
Hmm.
Oh,
Or you could make up your own that kind of fits in that same narrative. It's a minor bonus, but it's a meaningful bonus. Because it's probably also a good time to choose just what it is you're dealing in terms of vices. You dealing in drugs? Are you dealing in something else?
Oh
That's
no,
one vote for drugs.
The world is burning, and we're gonna get them high as fuck while it
Oh
happens.
no! The world has already burned. The sun has gone out. The gates of death have been destroyed. There's nothing holding back people from staying in this life unless you endows their body in a whole bunch of electroplasm right after they die.
Well, then Euphoria's their only salvation. Oh, we could make a drug called salvation. Oh,
You could
Ooh.
indeed choose to name your drug Salvation. So I believe that's a lot of people looking at salvation. At drugs. It's a very typical hawker thing.
I like it. I actually like
Alrighty.
that.
Well,
what would
should
it be?
we?
Like a gas, like a
Come here, purse.
plant?
A
Smoked-
powder, a
Oh,
gas.
it's smoked eel and mushrooms.
Yes.
You have a combination of very specific mushrooms and very specific type of eel with a very specific other mixture, and all it's ground into a powder that I guess you snort or you vaporize with a vaporizer.
We use
what-
potatoes. We use the starch as we boil it down. It creates more like a powder.
You think
instead of
potatoes are around? Potatoes are expensive, man. What are you talking about? Those are things that actually need sunlight or fake sunlight in this case.
Wait. Are there still like animals?
Oh yeah, but
What
Not
kind of
many.
animals?
Hey,
well,
bite
the
me.
primary. One moment, someone's at my door.
Oh god, we just hear loud. Get out the fucking floor.
I hope not.
nope.
I mean, he's in Mississippi.
fuck?
He'll be all right.
Oh my
You
god.
okay,
Also,
Steph?
remember this. This did used to be a fantasy setting. Like the primary means of work animals are these large Acrosian goats, because horses are very, very rare these days.
Goats are fine. Actually, goats are perfect. So we
but they're like horse-sized goats, basically.
Yeah,
for your
that's-
work
Even
animals.
better, more
It's,
protein.
yeah. So what we do, what we do is we take smoked eel, smoked mushrooms, and evaporated goat urine.
Oh God.
Okay,
There
and
we
I assume that these mushrooms aren't the standard edible mushrooms. These are like some sort of hallucinatory variety of some kind, I imagine.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the uric acid from the goats will get rid of all the poisons, which leaves behind just the benefit properties of the.
You probably also feed the
opioids.
goats something. You probably also feed the goats something special to like just focus a certain specific urine output, I guess.
Ooh, we grow a certain type of barley that we feed this goat.
Again, that's a plant that requires fake sunlight.
Fuck.
You don't quite have that yet.
Nah, it's just a synthesized version of 3 different mushrooms, one of which is the actual mushroom that we use for the drug.
Fair
We're
enough.
back into the porta potty.
That's the point. It's all back to the porta potty.
Alrighty then.
They
Okay,
let it
well, let me
ferment
go ahead
in the
and
porta potties.
I like where this is going. You might want to take a note of that in the notes section of your cruise sheet, which is on the bottom right. That way you can remember these details. So someone better be writing that down. This is great. This is
In a
grade A
minute.
stuff, and you shouldn't be forgetting about it.
It's a good thing this is recorded. We won't
Hmm.
forget.
Is it being recorded?
I always record.
Okay, good.
Don't
Yeah.
bite me. God.
Hey, no biting titties. I mean, I
Nope.
can't do that, so
It's
that's
my
unfair.
cat. My cat bit my foot because he's laying on it. Stop.
Hmm.
Fucking
Well, our
person.
newest cat likes to climb me and just like ride my back wherever I go, like a giant piggyback ride.
That's what this cat does. He loves laying on our shoulders and riding around.
Yep.
He's a big orange cat.
Potties are important is insufficient, but I'll accept that for right now. Now, next up on the list is... Can you guess it? I mean, we still need to come up with the whole, like, specific operation type, but we can ignore that for later. For right now, we're up onto the classic choose a special ability. And under Hawker's special abilities, let me scroll down.
That's okay for a minute.
That's fine.
Hooked.
But
Your
yeah.
game members use your product. Hey,
No,
we should know it's good.
Hawker's special abilities are on page 114 or 122 if your book's fucked.
Oh, it doesn't autofill it on your cruise sheet? 'Cause I see
Their
silver
options. The
tongue,
options are listed on the cruise sheet, yes, but there's usually a little bit of extra detail in the book, like an extra little bit of flavor text and so on.
Oh,
That
I
gives
see.
you additional clarity on what they do.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a slice of pizza.
What was the other ingredient to the drugs? It was mushroom. Eel.
Smoked eel.
I'm writing our equation down in our.
It equals salvation.
What's the eel smoked in?
I think it might be the act of like smoking the mushrooms, like using them as the like burning fuel to get like the skin from the eel.
Methane.
And methane is what it's smoked in.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's methane smoked eel through mushrooms and goat urine. You say you're just kidding, but I'm just throwing darts at a board until people tell me to shut up.
Don't
That's
get
a great
high,
way to
raise
work
the
in this
fly.
game.
Don't
So,
get
is
high,
anyone feeling any of the particular Hawker special abilities yet?
Oh, we're looking at Hawker special abilities.
Yes, that's on page 114 or 122 if your book's fucked.
Is that the special abilities in the character sheet?
Yes, but there's added detail in the book.
Oh.
How's our the cruise sheet for like our ingredients looking?
I'm trying to find our thing. Oh. Hawkers.
That's an upgrade. That isn't a special ability.
Oh, misread.
Mhm.
There it is.
Scroll down a little bit.
Found it.
Yeah, the first one's Silver Tongues. The last one is Patron. So.
I love the ingredients and the description of what we need to do to make this drug called Salvation.
I'm trying to make it look like it's just like a scribbled down thing, or that's our secret ingredient note.
Yeah. Make sure to smoke the mushrooms under the sliced eel within a pile of goat dung to coat sliced eel in opiate steams from the mushrooms. Oh my god.
Now, if we
Wow.
can, and our niche will be get a slice of salvation. So it'll be this eel like slice, like this jerky that they just like let salivate in their mouth.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't want to eat it.
Also,
I like that.
it's coming from all the world's meat, which makes sense because they buy meat, leave,
Yeah.
and have salvation.
Yep. You can like chew on it, or you can tuck it under your lip and let it just kind of soak in. There's so many ways you could use this. I'm thinking of it right now.
Damn it,
We need to
David.
name. We definitely need to name the goat.
We do. Our most profitable goat must be named.
Yes.
So wait,
Anxiety at the board.
if that's the case, then I think that the only logical special ability that we should be picking is the good stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That is a very good pick. The good stuff.
Yes, I agree.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Which means that even though you're tier 0, you'll be making drugs equivalent to tier 2, which is very nice.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go with such a ridiculous idea, we have to at least ensure that the shit is actually decent at what it's supposed to do.
Okay, I will mark the good stuff on the character sheet. Bing.
Because we can pick up other abilities later, right?
Okay, now we're on to crew upgrades. Now you get 2 of them for free, which are listed in the book for starting upgrades. You get training resolve, which means when you use a downtime action to train resolve experience, you get 2 experience instead of 1. You also get the secure lair upgrade for free. And then now the secure lair thing comes from, I believe, general crew upgrades. Secure lair. Your lair has locks, alarms, and traps that thwart intruders. If you choose to upgrade again, it can improve the defenses to include arcane measures that work against spirit. But right now, you just have the first one. So, like your unassuming back rooms have locks, alarms, and traps of some variety.
And we get 2 more, right?
And you get 2 more that can be from either the general crew upgrades list, which is on page 95, or 103, and or the special upgrades listed under Hawker upgrades on page 112 or 120. Now, this is again, like everything else, is the group decision. Oh, there. Even lists the favorite operation types I was talking about earlier, and actually tells you what they are to pick from. In the book on page 112 or 120. You got the 5 specific Hawker upgrades, and you have all the general upgrades available. And now keep in mind that one of those general crew upgrades can be a cohort, which is either a single expert or a small gang of your tier. And 1 moment, I'll be right back. I need to reset my headset.
Have we chosen a contact yet?
No.
No, that's next, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Although in sales territory, i.e. the favorite operation type, we could always go with like supply a transaction to acquire a new product and establish a new supplier as like our
I'm
go-to
back.
thing, because we'll like need frequent amount of goats depending on how long they last.
True.
Or the mushroom.
So you're wanting to get supply for your favorite operation type?
If it makes
Yeah.
sense to everyone else.
Yeah, because we need supply in order to create what we need. We need a constant like stream of it.
Yeah.
Orders cohort composed Hawker rigging. Okay. You said the gentleman was on 103.
You get 2 general points. I mean, not 2 general points, but 2 upgrade points that can be either on general upgrades or Hawker specific upgrades.
Your lair includes living quarters for the crew. Without this upgrade, each PC sleeps elsewhere and is vulnerable when they do so. Oh yeah, no, I 1000% agree. We should probably have quarters as our first fucking upgrade. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
mean,
agree.
you already have the secure lair part is unlocked for free, so that means that if you sleep in your lair, you are secure reasonably from mundane threats. So I assume quarters is going to be one of your picks, but what is the other one? I recommend, since you are doing what you're doing, carriage house, which gives you the space for a carriage, 2 goats to pull it, and a stable to house said goats. Because
Okay.
otherwise, you're going to have some sort of weird setup where you're going around to collect goat urine from goats that you don't actually own, probably.
Unless we have a pet goat that lives inside.
Oh, that hurts.
What are you doing to my goat?
Don't worry, my friend. Salvation is here. We run away.
No, but that was the entire point of picking supply contacts. They
Oh,
know we're
God.
there for the goat.
You still have to get this supply still requires you to get other things.
Oh yeah. I don't
Also,
know.
it also
funny.
allows you to establish a new supplier or sell. It's either sell or supply. Honestly, is your go-to, one of those two.
Yeah,
I think those make far more. I think those two make far more sense than the other two.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with carriage house if that's what other people want to do. I don't have a problem against that. We can have our own goats.
Hmm.
That means we have both the eel and the goat on lock because all the world's meat has eels coming in.
So the problem
So
is
we
really
just-
securing your specific type of mushroom, because you
Yep.
do need to be very specific in order to make sure you got your good stuff stays the good stuff.
And that is why potties are important.
Oh my god.
How's that go with the? We're talking mushrooms here, not your shit.
Mushrooms grow in dark and damp environments.
With
And
good
they love
You
fertilizer.
think?
Yeah,
That porta potty's
realistically,
going in there.
A porta potty is an ideal
I
place.
mean, I'm
for
pretty sure
mushrooms.
people would just shit into the river rather than use a porta potty, because a porta potty might not be a thing yet.
look. All I'm saying is that the shit is the fertilizer to the mushrooms, which we then
Oh yeah,
smoke.
absolutely.
I mean, it's Victorian era. They just throw their shit out of their pot out in the streets. So
Is true.
Oh, we could collect it from there. That's great.
It's
What do you
not
do with
goat-
my shit?
It's
No,
not,
see, what we're gonna do is we're
not
gonna
goat
make
shit.
like bucket pots, and then we're gonna collect the poop, and then this is where potties come from because they're pots. And we're
Oh,
calling poop.
it's almost
We
like
are the
a.
first people to invent potties.
oh my god. You
It's
can
almost like
collect
a
it.
second operation. That'd be like a
Yeah.
second operation. It's like collect your poop for a penny. I don't know.
One coin.
Just one coin, and you will collect your shit in these potties.
That's the cover
You're-
story. The cover story is that we're realistically shit collectors. In the background, we are actually drug dealers.
That run an operation of a meat market, and we sell meat. Like we are a fucked up group.
This is so ridiculous, but you know what? Let's just roll with it. So are we going with the carriage house upgrade
Yes.
and
Yeah.
the quarters upgrade? Okay.
Man, that we have the whole drug operation right now.
Crazy
Yeah.
how that works, ain't it?
We have the supplies thought out for the drug operation. Now it's about executing the plan and actually keeping ourselves in stock as well as dealing with
Okay,
our
now we pick the contact.
Esma is my choice.
Asthma. Asthma's not on the list of contacts.
What?
Go to the Hawkers and look at
Oh,
the contacts.
Oh, dang it! Wrong one.
So my thought process is either Marlo a gang boss or Lydra a deal broker.
Okay.
Those are two that like come to mind for me.
Hmm.
I was only thinking the magistrate because if we start stealing people's poo and goat urine, we might need to. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I think the nice thing is that we've solved the problem of needing to procure those two items in particular, so we may not need to bother a magistrate.
I know. I was
Whereas a deal
teasing.
broker is
That's
great
fair.
for selling your stuff as well as finding new sources from which to buy your
Anya,
mush. So, how many are voting Lydra?
Type them up in the chat again, your top two, and we'll see who overlaps.
Okay.
Remember, this is on
That's
page
all.
112 or 120, depending on your book.
I probably didn't spell their names right, but you'll understand what I'm writing.
Wait. Okay, that's 3 votes for Lydra. So, boop. Great, that gives me a great in to get some stuff rolling. Not that I have to prep too much on my end. Okay, let me see. Okay, that is the finishing of crew creation.
We
Except
don't
for the
have a
fact that
name.
you need a name. Now,
No.
what is your crew
No,
called?
David. No, David. You are not picking
And it
it.
should be something that
I'm
can
not
be
gonna pick
taken
the name.
seriously. I
Yes,
just want to say it should be something that can be taken seriously because this is the name you deal by.
What street are we going to be on?
Well, I do have a high resolution map for you to zoom in down if you want to pick a street that's not already taken.
I posted my suggestion into the chat.
If you want to see example names that are already taken but still examples, you can open up the faction chart. Speaking of which, we do need to do that portion of the creation, actually. Forgot about that.
What are you talking about? What page?
If you're looking at the faction chart on the thing, it shows like all the other factions currently in the city.
What faction chart?
It's under characters in
Oh,
the handouts.
well, I don't know these things. Why are you yelling at me?
Because you're not listening.
No.
Yeah, listen. Okay. I got mine up.
The crows, the lampbacks, the red slashes, the unseen, the hive, the circle of flame. A lot of those.
Yep. And on that note, be careful in mind that I gotta go to the page that has this on because I forgot to write this down in my notes, so I kind of skimmed over it.
I just use street names and locations as like the names. Because there's the Devilfish Canal, it's like the Devilfish crew and the Ashway crew, the Fog Howl gang.
Now, note that your crew does start with 2 coin, which is left over from your collective purses after you've gotten established here. And where is it? Should be here.
How do we know if it's been taken over by a gang?
Well, first off, this whole area is under claim by someone because under establish your hunting grounds. You've chosen some small part of a district, in this case the Crowsfoot, as your hunting grounds. It's the area you usually target for your scores, and you know it well. Hunting grounds don't have to be in the same district as your lair, though in this case they are. Well, the area is small, only 3 or 4 city blocks, but it's still an intrusion on someone. The entire city is divided amongst larger, stronger factions. I will tell you which faction claims the area, and then you decide how you deal with them. You can either choose to pay them off, give them 1 coin in exchange for giving you room to work. Give them 2 coin as a show of respect and gain +1 status with them. Keep your money and take -1 status with them. Do note that if you get -3 status, you are at war with that faction, and a number of effects come into play. The factions in play currently on Crowsfoot are the Crows, who used to control in solidarity the entire area, but after their current leader killed off the old leader in an act of betrayal, they're kind of divided and squabbling amongst themselves. And the other big two are the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes, who are currently at war with each other.
The Red Sashes and who are at war?
The Lampblacks.
Okay.
You'll note that under organizations in the handout section, which is in turn under Duskfall, which is in turn under the World, which is in turn under handouts.
Jesus.
I've already taken the opportunity to snip information from the book about those 3 particular gangs and put them there. Now you are paying presumably one of these some coin, or there's some stuff that's going to go down. You're operating in one of their territory at their discretion and paying tribute because of it.
Oh, you can just go to the table of contents in the book and just click it, and it'll go right to the page.
Currently on page 93 in the book.
93. There's...
Or 101, depending. And under establish your hunting grounds. Basically, you're not the big dogs yet. You're tier 0. The bigger dogs in your area, well, you're operating on one of their turfs. In order to operate there without them getting angry at you and shutting you down, you need to either pay some money or risk them getting angry at you.
We can't just like pay them off with our drugs. We just give
No,
them
you gotta
free drugs?
pay them. You gotta pay them off with coin.
Shit.
You currently start with 2 coin in the crew sheet.
Let's say we could probably establish ourselves over in Limmerfield area. Since it's close to water, we can get our eels pretty easy without us getting cut off by gang activity. If we got the goats, it's probably a decent
You'll still
spot.
be paying someone. You gotta make a choice.
Yeah. No. But like, if shit goes down, we just throw them into the river.
If we go Limmerfield or Fisher's Court, because Fisher's Court we have the canal that cuts through the middle of the whole city.
Oh shit! Wait, Fisher's Court.
Look at Fisher by Devilfish Canal, how it breaks off. Like we have access to the whole city by these canals.
Yeah.
Cuts right through the center. But at the same time,
by the way,
Limmerfield is nice too because that also slices through everything.
That does put you closer to, I think, both the Crows, which are, I think, operating somewhere in the middle or to the left, and the Lampblacks. So you're probably going to be paying tribute to one of those 2.
The Crow's Nest is right there, so I'm assuming the Crows are somewhere there.
Mm-hmm.
But I see what you mean by the Fisher's Court, because if like we're up here, that means like we could get our shit to like go north to the fish market, go west to the other places, and I see what you mean.
Yeah, both of the Limmerfield and Fisher's Court have very accessible areas. If you look at street views, like through the roads, Limmerfield has direct access to like the main roads.
Now, when we get to actually playing a session, we're going to start off with like the starting thing here, which is basically the war in Crowsfoot, which largely revolves around the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes going at it, and one of them trying to pull you under their sway and give you job opportunities that hinder their opponent. And in this case, you are on either of those options, probably starting off closer to the Lampblacks, which is like the recommended starting thing, but you're not going to be hedged into that if you don't want to be. So this is an opportunity to either give them 1 coin and have no status modifier, give them 2 coin and get a +1 status with them, or keep your money and take -1 status and possibly have me starting some clocks that, if completed, result in negative actions taken against you.
What would be the advantage to that, though?
The +1 status?
To not giving coin, what would be the advantage?
To not giving coin, well, you get to keep the coin. That's the only advantage.
That's the only advantage. Okay, so you get drawbacks, and you just get.
Whereas if where like in your negative status, it like increases the their propensity to fuck your shit up, basically. And giving them coin, especially if you give them the full tribute of 2 coin, +1 status means they're more favorable with you and might, in addition to perhaps favor earned by doing certain jobs, make them disposed towards helping you. The whole faction thing goes from +3 to -3. +3, they're your firm ally and are willing to go out of their way to help you and expect you to do the same. Because, it's a give and take thing. -3, you're at war with them, and you're both basically trying to take each other out. The reason why your hold is either strong or weak. You're currently as strong as tier 0 hold. Your hold is strong at tier 0, which means you're doing all right for tier 0, I guess. But there's 2 types, and the reason that both the lamp blacks and the red sashes in the fashion sheet are weak is because they're at war with each other. They're still tier 2, which puts them a fair bit above you.
How does combat work in this?
I don't roll dice for them. Basically, if you get a 4 or a 5, which means you succeed in striking them, they've probably also struck you as well. However, you get a chance to either use armor or resistance rolls to nullify or reduce things, and go from there.
Okay, so that works like how I thought. Okay.
So out of all the
The only
suggestions that we've tossed in Blades in the Dark, what do the girls think in terms of names?
I'm just gonna say I don't know.
Well, this is something that we can put into an over or the week thing if y'all want to spend more time thinking on that.
Well, there's a lot of name suggestions in there. Like,
Yeah, there are a lot. Yeah.
Some of them are pretty funny. Others are, pretty decent. Some make way too much sense that we just can't use
I
them.
would recommend. I mean, I'll roll with whatever y'all decide on, but I would recommend at least something semi-serious because this is how you're professionally known in the underworld.
I mean, some of these are actually pretty serious. Like,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think-
I'm not
I think-
disagreeing with you. I'm seeing several serious options that are like, yeah, that makes sense.
I think Anna's posted a couple that are relatively serious. Steph's other heralds are pretty serious. I think both of mine are both memes and able to be taken seriously. Dave's first 3 actually pretty solid. The second trio, I'm not so sure about,
No.
buddy.
Johnny Gats. The number 2s or the scat traps.
You're sounding like you're making terrible band names rather than gangs in the
Yeah.
criminal underworld.
No, the first 3 shows actually made it within.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
three
yeah.
names.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Also, for those that don't know, Tangletown, which you see in the river, is basically like one of the big Demon Leviathan steam hunter ships that steam power goes out there and hunts down demon leviathans for their blood that we use to power the lightning barrier. One of them ran aground in the middle of the canal, and there's over time there's been a steady buildup of little houses and boats that have been lashed together to form a community, which is known as Tangletown. Which is
Oh, that's cool. I'd never seen that. That's sweet.
So what you're saying is that could be the source of new materials for an even greater drug than salvation. Desperation.
Crap.
well, no, not necessarily, but it's a point to consider when you consider Limberfield as your possible base site.
And we're already fighting with the biggest competitor's regret, so god damn it.
I know, right?
I don't know what I'm going to do with y'all. It's kind of funny though.
Limmerfield, now that you mentioned Tangletown, Limmerfield seems kind of nice. But do the girls have anywhere you guys think would be good to put base at?
Not
Honestly,
really.
I'm not sure.
So let's put it to a vote because there's only 2 places that we're really looking at, and that's up by Fisher Court towards the northwest, or Limmerfield to the southwest by Tangletown? So go ahead and put your preferred pick in Discord.
Where was the first one located, Nick? I didn't
Up
see the
towards
marker.
Up towards the northwest.
It's all within the blue circle. It's all within the blue circle.
Yep.
I kind of like Fisher's Court just because it's the Devil's Furnace.
Right. Okay, yeah, it seems like it's going to be the Fisher's Court area. Because look, right next to it's Black Goat Court.
Right?
Maybe our gang should just be Black Goat.
We should be the Black Goats.
Well, that's why I was like, look, we could be the goats, the greatest of all time.
Oh, I get it. The greatest of all time.
Oh God.
I like the black goats. Not gonna lie.
I'm good for it. Instead of the black sheep, it's the black goats.
All right, the Black Goats it is in Fisher's Court.
Which might initially,
I like
which
it.
might even have like meaning because this is where y'all all kind of came together for the first time. First thing that brought y'all together for this enterprise.
Our
That's kind of
love
why
of
you named
goats.
yourselves that.
Yep, our love of goats.
Nah.
And we have one that thinks she is a goat.
No.
No, that's her
Oh, you still
derangement.
need a decision. Are you paying off, or are you paying them a tribute, or are you keeping your money?
I mean, the
Oh.
business part in me says to pay them off, but the drug dealer in me says fuck them.
Well, okay, so I look at it this way. If we pay them off, we could possibly get their gang hooked on the substance.
Very true.
On top of that, we could also use them as advertisement for just how good the product is.
Yeah, if we can make a gang, like if we can become a gang's vice, then they just can't get rid of us. They'll need us.
Unless they try and take it from us.
We don't have to give 2 points.
True.
Or we don't have to give 2 coins. We just have to make sure that they don't want to kick us out.
We have 8 coins total, I believe, amongst the group.
But given where you're at, I'm pretty sure the one you're going to be paying tribute to is going to be the Lamp Blacks. And now, during your initial jobs, you might also have to pay them some money. I'll have to relook up what those rules are. Like, I think you might have to give them like 1 coin out of what you get, on your jobs to them. But that's 1 coin per crew, not 1 per coin per each of you. Don't worry.
The Lamp Blacks?
The Lamp Blacks, yeah, they used to be the Lamplighters Guild back when the lamps in the city were powered by were standard oil lamps. But in recent years, they've been changed them to electroplasm lamps, and they no longer need the Lamplighters, and they kind of became kind of like local heroes in a sense, in that they're kind of sticking it to the upper people. But just look at it in the Lamp Blacks organization handout. It's all
Okay.
It's all there.
Oh man, if we ever get into a fight, I'm gonna have so many puns and catch for phrases.
That's pretty good, actually.
Time
Good
to
thing to
turn
have.
out the lights.
Their HQ is in a coal warehouse, and they operate a handful of brothels and cheap drug dens across Crowsfoot.
Yeah, so we're just one of those drug
You
dens that
supply
they're
some
trying
of them
to.
drug dens, I guess, or at least
Yeah.
you're trying to supply them. You haven't kind of gotten your foothold in, but you're just starting. But
Yeah.
that is going to be the way you're going to go. Now, if you look on the crew sheet, you'll note that there is a thing there. You have your turf, your you see where it has the layer in the middle and it has all those other little things around it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that you can expand into. Acquiring turf reduces the number of rep you need to advance your crew.
Okay.
Oh,
It basically
okay.
fills in
I
stuff
like
from the
this.
right side of the rep and turf section, and that means you require less minimum effective crew XP, I guess, to advance.
Now, do we get a starting amount we can put into rep, or do we just start with 0 rep?
You start with 0 rep.
Okay.
You start with 0 there. I mean, you also get XP for crew advancement. It's a separate thing, but rep is how you advance in terms of tier. And but you also notice that it's not all just turf, because you see also other things that give you little bonuses. Each crew type has their own one of these little charts, And you can kind of start branching outwards to get to these different things, and they each give you bonuses on either types of jobs or certain roles or other benefits.
So these are branching the benefits. So like we have to take a turf in order to get over to like Vice Den, or take local graft to get over to lookouts, or
You
and all
can
that.
skip ahead. You can skip ahead, but when you make an operation to basically, that's going to basically be a score in order to get that. I am basically supposed to make it much more difficult because you're skipping ahead. You're being
Is
like
there
ridiculous.
adjacency bonuses?
Not adjacency bonuses. You see those little like lines between them? That's the kind of
Yep.
path you're supposed to follow. You can skip that path, but there's going to be ramifications.
Okay, but there's no bonus to having connecting paths.
Other than the fact that the connecting paths means that you're not, when you go by the connecting paths, you're not taking increased difficulty.
Okay. I was just feeling my boundaries there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, generally speaking, you're probably want to go grab one of those two turfs first, and then go to somewhere else, unless you want to go to local graft or surplus caches first.
Think we should.
And you see
We
some
can
of
do
those. You
two.
see some of those like give you reduced. What do you mean?
I'm sorry. Like when you say you suggest us take something, you mean we can take one
Oh
now
no,
or
no,
later?
no! Don't get anything now. These are things
Okay.
you can choose to. Like when you're choosing what kind of score you're going after, you can choose that the score is about gaining one of these turfs or blocks instead.
Okay.
And yeah,
A
I
little,
kind of wanted to
little uh,
mention it before I
strategy
completely
in there.
forgot about it. But yeah, you can read up on the actual details. I believe in your. Yeah, it's right under. Wait, where is it? It should be here somewhere. One moment. Now I need to figure out where it is. It's supposed to be somewhere here. I don't know where it is. All right, there it is. Claims. It's under claims. It's like I mean, for hawkers, where's the claims at? Yeah, there's claims. Page 113 or 121 if your book's fucked. And it gives you like goes into depth on what each of those things do basically, that aren't just turf. Some of them give you like reduced heat per score, which is pretty good. Others give you like +1 dice for specific rolls. And some of them give you more coin for payoff for scores that are like, of a specific type. Yeah, sorry that kind of dragged down a bit, but I hope everyone was enjoying it for the most part.
I think
All right,
we're
we do
just
have a little bit of time left. Does everyone want to do a little bit where we introduce our characters, or do you want to save that for next time?
we could do that. Yeah, get to know everybody. Get our origin story settled. Like why are we all the goats?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I see everyone's got a character image now. Nice, nice, nice. I see some of them have too much sunlight in them, but I'll ignore it. Hmm. Okay. We're gonna do this. Anna, I'm gonna put you in the spotlight first.
Oh.
Anna, how did you meet David's character? How did your character meet David's character?
I probably tried to beat the shit out of him. Like we were just at a
All right.
bar and he
Okay,
pissed me
yeah.
off.
You're right. Because let me see. You have to have your names on like Roll20 set up on the thing at the bottom. So I'm kind of confused as to who's what. So
Hold on, I'll fix mine.
so yeah, I don't think David's actually picked a name, or is that supposed to be your name?
Mine's fixed.
Yeah, but David.
You're muted.
David.
Oh, sorry.
David, I can hear you.
Jesus.
I don't
Sorry.
think you picked a character name yet.
Isn't it the Pladre or
You didn't
whatever?
change it in your
Was that
settings.
the name you actually picked? Did you actually
Mm.
choose Pladre? Because was that just the default name of the character sheet?
Oh, I see. I have to fill in the name. Okay, my bad.
You got to fill in the name, and you got to hit the edit button to actually change the name of the sheet itself so that it matches the name of your character.
There we go. Okay.
So come up with whatever name you're going to use, and we'll take it back off.
Mhm. I'm gonna have to edit my name a little later.
Okie day. Well,
Thinking of a name on the fly is hard.
Maeve, how did you meet whatever the fuck David's character's name's going to be?
Um, he
Hmm.
probably we bumped each other's shoulder at a bar, and I was not in the mood and tried beating the crap out of him. And somehow he just convinced me not to.
Oh no, I would have totally
Or-
fought you.
Okay, y'all beat the shit out of
There
each
we
other,
go.
got thrown out of the bar together, and just as you were kind of coming to your senses in the mud across the street, you kind of like started introducing yourselves. Okay,
Yep.
how about that?
That works.
Excellent. Now, whatever the fuck David's character's name is, how did you meet Layla?
Hi, I meet Layla. Probably not similar occasions with Maeve, but I was probably once again just downing booze or something at a bar, and she probably asked a few questions, and we kind of formed a companionship there.
I want
What
to
do you
say I
think,
tried to
Steph?
steal from you. I want to say I tried to
Did you
steal from
tried
him.
or succeeded? Tried or succeeded?
I'm gonna say tried.
Tried. Okay.
There we go.
That's the
All
whole
right.
reason why we were talking.
And how did Layla meet Sheki?
Hmm. That's a good question. I want to say, dude, I don't know. Nick. Nick.
Hmm.
Do you have any suggestions
Just
on
not
how our characters met?
changing anything.
I don't
Because I'm bad
know.
at this.
See, my name and stuff isn't even changing, even when I change it in the thing.
You,
And then I go to the chat and then
You know-
go under.
So,
You have to
so
hit edit. You have to hit edit at the top right of the thing.
no, he's got
and
that.
then
He's got that. He has that.
Yeah, I've
so
done all of it.
so to do your display name, you need to go to
Oh,
the
I
cog.
see.
It's not
Yeah.
changing for
Yeah.
me. It's still showing Plagiarizol for me as the name of the actual character sheet.
Reload.
It
I already
I
did
changed.
can see it.
I got it now.
Yeah, it changed on my end.
Yep, I got it now.
Oh, you know what? I know how we met. We both were looking at a goat.
Yup. That
So
that
the
that sells
thief
it.
and the whisperer were both looking at a goat. Were you looking at the goat for the same reason?
Probably
or were you?
not.
Okay, what was Layla's reason for looking at the goat?
Probably gonna steal goat milk.
We got Jonah with us. I understood. Okay, Sheki, what was your reason for looking at the goat?
I don't think Sheki's ever seen a goat before, and so this was just a magnificent
Oh, you're
ball
fresh
of
off the
floof.
boat from Teresia or whatever, to Tycheros, right?
Yeah.
Because the goats are native to Acrosia, which is where this place is. So yeah, you might be more used to horses, not like horse-sized goats. Okay,
Yes,
fair enough.
goats are fluffy, so he's debating on whether or not he should hug it.
And a conversation ensues, and y'all weird each other out and be like, "Okay, yeah, you're all right." Okay, Sheki, how did you meet Maeve?
I was probably like exploring the different kinds of foods that were at the Harping Monkey, and me being the weird person that I am, kind of just getting into listening to where I probably shouldn't, probably caught her eye or angle, and needed to definitely avoid getting beat up.
Fair enough. Excellent. So there we have it: the Cutter, the Whisper, the Lurk, and the Hound. Hmm. We've got a very diverse crew you got going for you.
I'm sure Shecky and Grim just kind of like met each other through the girls.
I do tinkering. I do things. I hear things.
I shoot stuff.
Don't shoot me, please.
Ooh, I gotta think of a voice for Grim. Probably like monotone.
All right,
Ah,
Batman.
very, very edgelord. Much wow.
I shoot stuff.
No. You gotta embrace the Batman. Embrace the Dark Knight Batman.
I shoot things.
I'd ask that you don't shoot me, please.
I shoot dangerous things.
Oh, I can be quite dangerous.
Grim just like aims his gun at you.
Well, if you guys are gonna shoot anything, you go outside and do it.
Yeah, go outside, shoot those things. I agree with her. She's got the right mindset on her head.
Grim lifts up his mask to reveal a thinner mask underneath, and he itches his chin and sits down.
Oh, now that is strange.
Being out in the Deadlands taught him that just one filter isn't enough to survive.
This is great. I'm loving it. Yeah, I can see this is going to be a lot of fun come, what is it, the 28th? The 28th, yes.
I'm getting the idea that Shecky's probably the one that was crazy enough to come up with the idea of the actual process of, putting the things
Probably
together.
even tested it out and was like, hey, this actually works. And, yeah.
I only say this because I have points in Tinker. I don't know what everyone else has.
Yeah, Layla and Shecky are the masterminds behind this. They were both staring at the goat.
Layla's like,
How
figuring
drunk
out.
were you when you invented salvation?
I mean, Shecky's entire vice is food and like eating. So like, Shecky just wants security, and then salvation is a way to do that. Then like, sure.
Yeah, and for Grim, this really is his salvation, since he's just like bent on self-destruction and drugs. This is like the one drug that might be it.
As a note, like Shecky's like weird heritage / like visual thing is like he's got pupilless purple eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
A
hope
nod.
everyone had what?
It's a nod to typical elves in Galarian because aliens.
I don't even
Yep,
think
yep.
Grim knows what he looks like anymore.
He's never seen a mirror.
He always has a mask on.
Layla, get him a mirror. I'm sure somebody has one. Go steal it.
Oh,
Good
dear
heavens, sir.
You can't look in the water anymore. It's too dark.
Well, once we actually get gameplay going, if you all end up liking this can become our go-to thing when we're down players for Vampire.
Okay. This is already sounding pretty fun.
I like the character sheet better.
The character sheet is so well designed, I'm not going to lie. It's really one of the best designed character sheets on Roll20. It's so neat and tidy.
I kind of understand just from looking at it how it might be used, whereas like a lot of other sheets, I'm just like, I'm gonna have to customize this so much.
Yeah, I was actually able to go ahead and start doing character sheet stuff. Like, I really understand this more.
And it even has like prompt questions of like, okay, you got to gather information. You can ask these kind of things. This is the things you actually get experience for.
Yeah, like teamwork, lead a group action, or protect a teammate, gather information. I like
It's
all
got
this.
and you can just like hover your mouse over like one of the various action die, and it'll tell you what that thing does.
It's cool. Between Pathfinder and this might be one of the things I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, basically, when you go planning, it's very simple. You pick one of those categories right there. It's one of the 6 categories, and then you pick the detail or provide the detail, and then choose your load, and off we go with the engagement roll. In any case, unless there's a question one of y'all has, I will see y'all. I'll see Nick Tuesday, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just hope you all get to feeling better. Okay.
Me too.
Yep.
Mhm.
Take that Dayquil or Nyquil or whatever.
I just need to delete some drama.
I can't
Oh
wait
no.
to be able to take something to relieve pain. Sadly, I can't take any pain relievers or stuff
You
like
can
that with the
take
meds.
acetaminophen though.
Oh, I can?
Yes, that's not an NSAID.
Oh, okay. Well, I can take that.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you all get to feeling better.
Mhm.
Well, good night, y'all.
Good
Looking
night.
forward to the
Bye.
28th.